Take me out to the ball game.
Welcome into episode 9. We're at a full baseball game.
Yeah, full 9 innings.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll do something fun with the title.
Yep. We had a little live stream last time talking about the trade deadline at the beginning of the week, and thank you all for turning into that.
It was really fun. Really fun.
Yep. So before we start off, if there's any technical difficulties, it's on my end. I've been dealing with some issues. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. We seem to maybe have got it figured out. But anyways.
Yeah. For the most part, there might be a little bit of talking over each other, but it'll be fine.
Yep. So the Guardians stunk this week.
Stunk. Absolutely stunk. In games that we really needed to.
No other way to put it, I think.
Simply, yeah. Got swept by the Mets. That really hurt because they're probably one of the worst teams in baseball. If you followed their trade deadline, they got rid of a lot of names. They're full-blown sellers. They've given up on the season, and then they swept us.
Yeah, so been there, done that. Been swept by the Mets.
According to Adam, I believe the only two teams in the entire league that the Mets.
I think that was Tyler. That was Tyler.
Oh, was it Tyler? Oh, he's a Mets fan. So yeah.
Yeah, that was in May when everything was downhill for the Tigers.
Yeah. And we shouldn't be downhill right now. We just bought players. We should be looking good. And yeah, that took a lot of wind out of my sail. That stunk. That really stunk.
Yeah.
And we turned around right after that and lost a series to the White Sox, who are leading the division right now. And I think that puts you guys ahead of us in the division.
I was going to say, we have jumped into second place, 3.5 games behind the White Sox, but we got a big matchup coming up this week.
Yes, we play each other. So that'll be really, really fun.
Yep, and we plan on going to the game. We're recording this Monday night. We plan on going to the game on Tuesday, and hopefully the weather holds off and we have a good game.
Yeah, it's looking like a little bit of rain, but a little bit of rain is worth it for a baseball game. Come on.
Yeah, just keep the lightning and thunder out of there so we can keep the game going. Hopefully don't rain too hard and they can play through it.
I'll sit in rain for 3 hours to watch some baseball.
Easy. For sure. Would it be the first time?
Playing
through it.
Won't be the last.
Won't be the last. So I had a little story to talk to you about, and it goes along with what we've talked about in the past about some stats that don't matter. And so I want to try and keep Tarek Skubal to a minimum because he's no longer on the Tigers. But this story, I mean, it's about Skubal, but it's not focused on Skubal. So last Wednesday, I met Mom and my sister up for lunch, and we were sitting there, and there was these two older gentlemen next to us. And I'm not eavesdropping or anything, but I hear Tigers, so ears perk up.
Yeah, it's hard not to listen. Yeah.
As soon as I hear the Tigers, all right, I'm listening. And they were talking about the deadline, and they were talking about Skubal and all that stuff, and they said some things that were just kind of wrong. They said at one point, one guy said that Skubal signed here and then wanted to leave here, which was not true. So, I mean, to be fair, these guys were in their 60s probably, at least. So, another thing they said is the one guy read an article that Skubal wanted to leave. It's like, I don't think he ever wanted to leave this year. But what really kind of made me scratch my head and realize that there are still people out there that value the win-loss stat. And I don't remember what game the one guy was talking about or games in general, but he was talking about how Skubal was a losing pitcher because he took the loss in the stats.
Wow.
And I don't know if they were talking about like playoff games. I mean, he played in 4 playoff games. He pitched in 4. He won 2 and he lost. I mean, I don't know stat wise if it was 2 wins, 2 losses, but we won 2 games he pitched in and we lost 2 games he pitched in. Actually, I think he pitched in 6 games.
In playoffs?
In playoffs, because he pitched in both
Wow.
wild card games. He pitched twice in the DS each year. And I'm trying to remember. We won both wild card games. We lost both game 5s. We lost a game 2. And I think we beat you guys in the game 2 in 24. That was the Kerry Carpenter home run, I think. Yeah. So he went 3-3 in the playoffs, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that was the playoffs they were talking about specifically, but how the one guy was hard pat on. He's a losing pitcher. He took the loss in the stat category. And I wanted to say something like here's a little. I gave you this trivia probably maybe a year ago now about how a starting pitcher can throw a perfect game and still have a loss in the stat category. So how can that's perfect example of how the win-loss total doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, a starting pitcher could hypothetically go out there 9 innings, strike out all but one single dude. That one single dude hits a home run, and you lose that game.
Yep.
You know, and especially when it comes to playoff baseball in the modern day, you have to take starting pitchers with a big grain of salt. Because if you think baseball is strategical, playoff baseball is a different beast.
Yeah.
You know, like they switch pitchers like nothing. Yeah. So a lot of the time, starting pitchers don't even get to qualify for a win when it comes to playoff ball.
Yep.
So yeah, that's if you're voting down Scooble because you're looking strictly at the win-loss column, then you just simply don't know ball. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah, you guys let me know if you guys can figure out how a pitcher can throw a perfect game and still lose. Because a perfect game means you don't allow a hit, you don't allow a walk. So you don't allow a base run at all. Error, fielder's choice, pass ball, anything. Let me know down in the comments if you can figure it out.
Yeah, even off the top of my head, I don't know the answer again. So.
I was say it was a while back when I gave you, and if we remember, I'll give you the answer at the start of next episode.
Okay, I'll try to remember because now I gotta know.
Yep. So the Tigers, they're the number 2 team in the division.
Yeah.
I saw something about on Twitter. I think it was today. About how at one point the Guardians had an 11-game lead over the Tigers in the division.
Oh man!
And that brings me back to the 14-game lead that we had last year.
I believe it was 15 and a half. In fact.
Whatever it was. I try to block that out because it was bad memories.
Yeah, I mean, you really never know. Sometimes a team sells players. They the front office marks this season as a loss, as a wash, season's over. And sometimes that just lights a fire, and then those players got something to prove. Yeah. And you could see a little bit of that going on with the Tigers. And unfortunately, you could see a little bit of the opposite going on with the Guardians.
Yeah, I saw your guys' the Yo-Yo. What was that his name?
Yoho.
The reliever?
Yeah.
Yoho.
Greg.
He's been terrible, I saw.
Unfortunately. Yeah, the pitches look good. But you get into that kind of trap when you have one really nasty pitch, and you throw that give or take 60-70% of the time. Odds are people are going to sit on that pitch and do damage.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is for the Tigers relief pitcher Drew Anderson, who we're converting him. He was a starter in Korea, I think is where he was, and we signed him, and he was going to be a starter for us. But then we signed Fromber and we signed JV. So that moved to the bullpen. And we're trying to stretch him back out to get – he was a long relief guy. He was getting 2-3 innings. We're trying to stretch him back out.
Last time I checked, I don't know if it was earlier today or if it was over the weekend, I thought he was the starter for the game tomorrow that we're going to.
I think he's going to be – and I expect him to go 3 to 4 innings probably.
Okay, so give or take glorified bullpen game.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a bullpen game for sure.
Okay.
And the reason I bring him up is because he's kind of the same way. He's got a really good if you look into the stuff plus numbers, his changeup is devastating. It is really good. He's got an okay fastball, and it's just a matter of when he locates it. and when he doesn't, he gets hit hard.
Yeah, I mean, even if you have the best singular pitch in the world, you're going against the best batters in the world, and the reason why they are the best is because they learn.
Yep.
So if you throw that thing multiple times in that bat, it's not a good thing. I remember a reliever that you guys had last year for a few years. His last name was Canely.
Yeah.
He no joke threw his changeup 80% of the time.
Yeah, Tommy Canely.
He was good. Tommy Canely. Okay.
Well, he was. It was a really good changeup, but when he left it up, it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is for most changeups. But yeah, he was really good for us till like June last year, and then he kind of fell off a cliff.
You know, to be honest, the only pitch that you can realistically throw one pitch only and it work is probably a knuckleball. And the reason that works is because even the catcher doesn't know where that thing's going.
I wanted to. That reminds me of something. Do you remember seeing or talking about the Tigers knuckleballer that they signed a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
He throws at like 80 miles an hour. He just got promoted to Toledo. This week. Yeah. He was struggling a lot. And then like the last month and a half in Double-A, he kind of figured it out a little bit.
Is he's in Toledo. Still technically a knuckleballer?
I think he still throws the knuckleball. Yeah, I don't know his specific pitch mix or anything. I just know that I know the name because of the knuckleball, and I saw that he got called up to AAA.
Baseball needs more knuckleballers. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Bring back R.A. Dickey.
He probably still could pitch. When you're throwing a pitch, 75 miles an hour max. You got a good arm for a long time, and that thing danced.
Yeah, you gotta be careful when you cut your nails, because if you cut your nails just a little too short, you're scratched for the day because the knuckleball can't do nothing.
All the other pitchers are going down with Tommy Johns, and you're going down with a chipped fingernail.
The knuckleballers. When's the last? Jake Rogers do a knuckleball in his relief appearances.
Of course he did.
Yeah, he's
it's probably the most common knuckleball you see is from your catchers nowadays.
Yeah. Bring back. Hopefully, maybe the Tigers will have a knuckleballer here in the next.
That'd be really fun.
He's pretty old. I think he's in his mid to late 20s, so he's getting up there in age.
Old prospect.
He's kind of got to get her figured out this year, or else it's probably about it for him. But
if he is a career knuckleballer, then he might be able to pitch into his 40s. Who knows?
You never know. Yeah.
That's what we need more of.
Yeah. So what do you want? You got anything else you want to highlight specifically, or do you want
to there is one thing that I did want to just briefly mention. So my mother texted me and Marvin sometime, I think 2 weeks ago, and I'd forgot to mention on a few podcasts now. But she was saying that my cousin's I honestly don't know if it's stepson or exactly what the situation is. I'm sorry, but she said that my cousin, his name is Keegan, and he had been getting into baseball. Like he'd asked to get a bat and get a mitt and try to throw some and learn how to hit and everything. And my cousin had no idea where all this was coming from. And then she came to the realization that occasionally she would throw our podcast on the TV. And she asked him one day, like, hey, what'd you do today? And he said that he watched our podcast just by himself, and it got him into baseball. And man, I mean, if I wasn't saying that worked me up a little bit and maybe even get me a little teary right now, I mean, that means so much.
Yeah,
we didn't start this to try to get people into baseball, but the fact that we even got one single person to give this game a chance, that's just beautiful.
Yeah,
that warms my heart.
That's pretty dang cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, don't mind me.
Yeah, it going along the same lines. Like when we were at lunch with Mom and those people were talking over there, Mom's like, well, I kind of know what they're talking about now. I'm like, yeah. Like it might not be correct, but yeah, you kind of know what they're talking about and kind of somewhat understand it.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We appreciate the hardcore baseball fans that sit here and even the ones that are like, oh, they're saying wrong stuff. Like we appreciate you. Don't get me wrong. But for those non-baseball fans that sit in and tune in just because you maybe know us or know of us, And you know, if we can even point you in the general direction of loving this sport the way that we do, then that's fantastic. That's all we could ask for.
Yeah, that's what kind of what the point of the podcast for, just to just talk baseball, have fun, and we're not writing articles or diving. I mean, we're diving deep into numbers, but we're not getting obsessed over anything. It's not our livelihood here.
Yeah, so I just had to say, forgot the last few weeks, so I had to say that real quick.
Yeah, I remembered it now once you brought it up too, that that you did say that. So let's up into a first segment. Well, you want to start us off with one, or do you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead and take it.
So I'm gonna start off with my weekly whiff, because it's kind of a weak one this week. I want to talk about Gleyber Torres. Unfortunately, one of our last 2 years, our lone bat free agent acquisition, you could say. We brought him in 2 years ago, and then we qualified offer him to bring him back. He had that decision to come back and go to free agency. And he was all right. He was really good to start the year last year. He was an all-star, and then he was playing through an injury, and you could tell his numbers dropped a lot. And this year he was playing well to start the year, and then another injury crept up, and he came back and he was hitting really well. And then another injury crept up, and he came back, and this week he struggled a lot. In 27 plate appearances, he has a 502 OPS.
Ooh.
And he's a big. When you think Gleyber Torres, especially at this point in his career, you think he's a walk guy. He's going to walk quite a bit.
He's always had an eye. Yep.
Yeah, he's walked one time. He got hit by a pitch, and he walked once. So he's got on base twice due to the walk.
Man,
and that hit by pitch ended up in a somewhat of a baseball brawl. It ended up with a suspension on the other team's side.
Yes, that was the whole Cal Riley situation, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because you would intentionally hurt a guy batting 150 in an 0-2 count.
Yeah. 0-2 count, and the other thing is that zero did they mention that their starting pitcher hit us 3 times that game.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. So I don't think we did it on purpose, but then they go to retaliate and they try twice, and they get him on the second time. It's like, okay, if you're gonna do it, you got him once, and you get
one chance. Yep.
And then you go back at it, like, yeah, you got to get thrown out of the game there. But anyways, in 27 plate appearances, he's got 4 hits, 3 singles, and he does have a home run. So he had to pop in there, but that's the only extra base hit. When he's batting 1 through 3 every day, you need a better than a 502 OPS from your. I mean, he's a righty. You got Torque in there as righty. Those are the 2 everyday righties, and then you got a couple other guys you throw in there every once in a while for when there is a lefty. But when your 2 main righty bats, when one of them is not swinging it, and when we came back and we started our hot streak in June, when that got started, that was when he came back the first time from injury. And that's when the spark kind of started. And you hope to see Gleyber come back and he starts playing well. I mean, I don't expect him to be a 850 OPS guy, but if he can be 750 to 800, that's really big for this team. And we need better.
One of the main things I know about Gleyber is he was a Yankee for a long time, and I'll never forgive him for that. Not his choice, but I'll never forgive him.
Well, he got traded to the Yankees from the Cubs.
He was a Cub?
He was originally a Cub, and that was 2016. Aroldis Chapman. The Cubs got Chapman.
Oh, wow.
And I think Gleyber was like a top 25 prospect or 30 prospect. He was young, but 30 home run season from him, I think, as a Yankee. 30 or 40. I don't think it was.
Yeah, he was 40. No joke. He was no joke. And I hated him.
Yeah, but hopefully you can turn it around.
All right. My whiff for the week. This is going to be one quick little play. Well, I do have one thing that I will say before we get into this. Game 1, the Guardians versus the White Sox. Gosh, I don't remember the name of the pitcher on the mound. It was Noah Schultz, I believe.
Sounds about right. Yep, sounds right.
Who I didn't realize was the tallest pitcher in the MLB, standing at 6'10".
I did not know that.
Dude is a beast. Well, stature wise, he's not the greatest baseball wise.
Yeah.
But game one, inning one, we are 5 batters into the game, and apparently the White Sox manager, Will Venable, did not realize that his pitching coach had already made a mound visit earlier on in that inning.
Yep.
And the way the rules are, if you make 2 mound visits in one inning, you as a dugout. Now your catcher can do whatever. That is limited on the game. But if your dugout makes 2 separate mound visits, on the second one, you have to pull that pitcher.
Yep. Unless it's an injury. Potential injury.
Without an injury, which I think could have been some of the confusion. Because, I mean, the pitching coach that for this first visit, he ran out there really quick, ran back out. So that could have been a part of the confusion. But either way, they made 2 mound visits in a single inning, and they had to pull their starter 5 batters into the game.
Yeah, and I think if I remember right, that they had a pretty taxed bullpen from the night before as well.
Yes, they just got done with, I believe, a 14-inning brawl against the Red Sox.
Yeah.
So they needed him to go deep, and they stupidly had to pull him out.
Yeah.
5 batters in.
I think Venerable's a fairly new. I don't think he's a rookie.
I think he is new this year.
He
might have been intermittent. Is that what the word is? Yeah, he might have been called in sometime last year during the absolute crapshoot of the White Sox season last year. But as far as I know, this is his first full season as a manager.
So something he'll never do ever again. So,
Surely,
learning curve.
Mm-hmm. But as far as the Guardian side whiffs, here I just have one quick little play to show. I'll try not to talk this time because I'm pretty sure it will cut me off when I start playing. But we see here we got bases loaded. Cade Smith on the mound, league leading closer. Top of the 9th, we are winning this game currently by 1 run. All we have to do is get out of it, and I'll just roll the clip real quick.
Yeah, best closer in baseball, so hopefully. Oh. Yikes, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. That is a bases loaded 2-out error in the 9th inning to tie the game up, and we lost that one in extras.
You're lucky that just in that game, right? I guess it was top of the 9th, but you're lucky they didn't take the lead there with that.
Mm-hmm.
They could have easily done that.
Yeah. No, I mean, either way, lost a game in extras. So,
yeah.
And we were, I believe, at home for this game too.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely at home. So, yeah, that could have been the game right there. And unfortunately, Rocchio was looking to make the throw before he caught the ball.
And that's something you expect the Mets to have an issue with, being as what their record is and how they played this year.
Not coming from Brian Rocchio there.
Yeah.
So those are my whiffs for the week. One really unfortunate, one kind of funny. Helped in our favor.
Yep. Why don't you go ahead with your rake report, Ezra? You got you pulled up here.
All right. My rake report for this week is going to be Mr. Angel Henao. Just made his debut. He was it says number 2 prospect in our organization, but I think that is still accounting for some of the guys that we called up this year. Like last time I checked, it still even had like Parker and Chase DeLauder, maybe even Bazana on our prospect list.
I see.
Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know who would be above Angel on our prospect list. But yeah, we just called him up. You see, once again, take this with a huge grain of salt because he has played 5 games. He has 21 plate appearances. But just looking at a Savant page, I mean, holy cow.
Yeah, a lot of red there.
Now that's a lot of red. Yeah, the only things that are below league average are his bat speed, his chase rate, and his walk rate. Which I mean, even with the chase rate so high at 36%, his squared up rate is still almost 40%.
Yeah,
so he's chasing out of the zone, but he's still making contact.
Yeah, it's one of the crazy things that how that is possible as much as it is, and it's not. It's uncommon, but it's not uncommon either.
Yeah, what that tells me is that maybe he doesn't have the greatest, scope of the zone. He doesn't truly know what his zone looks like. Maybe he is straight up just getting fooled by pitches. But, when you're still making contact, you got good hands. And that's something you just can't teach.
Yeah,
so that's a really great thing to see.
Yeah, is he a power hitter? Is he a contact guy? It looked like more of a contact guy.
He is more of a contact guy. He did get his first career home run the other day. In his head, it was a no doubter. You know, he
Yeah.
bat flipped, he stared it down for a little bit, but that was a wall scraper.
Yeah.
That barely made it out. You look up here, it made it out by a good bit, according to whatever this park is. I don't think this is
Yeah.
progressive, but it was a good hit. I did want to point out this right here. This is a single. And this is a case of hitting a ball too hard. You hit it off the wall, it gets right back into that right fielder's hand, and you just had a 110-mile-an-hour single.
Yeah, especially when you're not. I mean, 26 percentile sprint speed. So if you're a little faster, you might be able to get it, but not someone that slow.
But he is a middle infielder. He's been playing some third base for us because Jose is still kind of day to day with his hand surgery that he had. I've actually seen Jose in the last 2 weeks come off the bench about 4 times, which is really interesting. But like, obviously you want your best player to play. He's not fully up, fully healthy, but still give him his chances, get him worked back in a little bit. But the thing that I wanted to point out with now here is his debut. His debut was historic. He was the first ever Cleveland baseball player ever in the entire history of the organization to have 4 hits in his debut. And we lost that game, by the way.
Yeah,
that was the aforementioned Rocchio error game.
Yep. So one thing I noticed, go back to the Baseball Savant page. How accurate is it that he's 5'11", 150? Does he look that small?
No, he doesn't. Because 155, 11. That's pretty small. That's pretty skin and bones, especially for an athlete.
I'm a little over 150. I'm like 155, and I'm 5'7". So
yeah, I don't know. You'd assume nowadays that all of your heights are 100% accurate because it doesn't benefit a baseball player to lie about their height anymore with the new ABS system.
Yeah,
but 150, I'd never even realized that. That's small.
Yeah, like he doesn't look small or anything, does he? You said
no, not at all.
Interesting.
Huh, that's really interesting. But Angel Henao, really made me angry over this weekend. We had a Fox broadcast, and if you know me, you know I hate Fox broadcasts.
I hate none.
Yeah, anytime that you don't get to listen to your own guys, it's just a painful day.
That's what I hate about the playoffs the most of all. Is I'd rather just turn I've done this. I turn the broadcast team off and just listen to the radio broadcast.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But it annoyed the crap out of me. I'm only basing this off of what our broadcasters have been saying, which is Angel Henao. And they said the entire game, Henao, the whole time. And if I'm not already just pissed at Fox just for the sake that I'm forced to watch it, listening to them butcher his last name the entire game, it just sent me over the cliff.
Yeah, nothing. I hate not watching Jason Benetti or Dan Dickerson on the calls. It's kind of painful. It kind of ruins my day when I find out that it's not one of them too.
And if you lose that game, I mean, the week is ruined. You know.
Yeah.
But Angel Henao, watch out for him. He's hopefully, I don't know exactly where he's going to squeeze in once Jose is fully healthy. Unfortunately, I think he might be slowly taking over Bazana's spot at second. Which kind of hurts that we're already DHing/benching our number 1 overall draft pick. Yeah. But if it's to make room for Angel Henao, then I'm okay with it. We'll accept it.
What do you remember? Because I see Henao was number 39 in top 100. Do you remember what Bazana got up to before he debuted, roughly?
Ooh, no, I do not. I do not at all.
I would guess top 20.
I can look that up while you get into your rake report for the week.
Yeah, so this is a guy who literally yesterday was the first time I've seen the national media cover him at all.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Under the radar. And I'm going to start you off with this this meme here. So Troy Melton is the new Tigers ace, hopefully. Here's another stat for you. and this was, I think, this was after he pitched yesterday. He is, since 1920, he's the only pitcher with a sub 2.0 ERA in his first 29 career games, made him 75 innings.
Only.
And he's got 125 innings, and he's got a 1.93 ERA.
Wow.
Granted, he started a couple games last year. He's granted, like, I can tell you actually how many he started this year and last year. Last year he started 4 games. This year he started 13. So he, towards the end of the year last year when we got healthy again, he kind of got moved to the bullpen. But he pitched well. But this year, he, as you can tell by this, he's a pretty good pitcher. And I just now yesterday I saw MLB post about him on the Instagram. And if this guy's name was Paul Skeens doing this, he'd be on every single post. It's just good to see that he's finally getting the recognition he deserves. And I'll pull up one more thing from Instagram. And this was from a game. Oh, where did it have been? 3 weeks? No, 2 weeks ago. We were playing the Athletics. And he, I think, do I have the game log up? I had it up. I don't anymore. So it was like in the fifth inning or something like that, 4th or 5th inning. And Jeff McNeil, he's got one of my favorite nicknames in baseball. His nickname is the Squirrel.
I've never heard that.
Yeah. And basically, I think there's a guy on second, and it was a close game, and the bases, I think he had a full count, 2 outs, and it was a long at bat. I don't remember how many pitches it got to, but McNeil hit a ball down the right field line. It was fouled by like 5 inches or something like that. And then I think it was the next pitch, Troy struck him out. And this is a clip of, it was the 5th inning, close game. This is I want you to, here's it down the line, just barely.
Oh.
Yeah. So this was more than a couple weeks ago because
I've seen worse. Oh my gosh, Jeff McNeil is looking old these days.
Yeah, I think he's in his 30s. So here it is. So now he throws that. Now look what happens after this. Watch what McNeil. He's meditating in the dugout while McNeil's losing his mind because he just struck out to him.
Oh, that's funny.
One of my favorite clips there. And Troy Mountain is known to do this. If you watch the Tigers at all in his games, the cameras will eventually pan to him, just basically meditating in the dugout between innings. In the last 2 games, he pitched twice this past week. And let's see, game log. He went 7 innings on Tuesday and 6 innings yesterday. He allowed 0 earned runs, 0 home runs, 9 strikeouts, and 3 walks.
Yeah, not bad.
That's ace type stuff. If you look at what he's done on the year, I almost made him my beyond the bunt, but there was something else kind of more pressing I want to talk about. But if you look at this, he's allowed more than 2 runs one time.
Yeah.
He's never allowed 3 runs. He allowed 4 runs, and they were all solo home runs. So you can deal with that. The one, if you're looking deep in the stats, you can find out that his BABIP is pretty low. He's getting lucky. He's got a 196 BABIP, so you expect that to come up.
But like when we talk about low BABIP being lucky, I see that as more of a high BABIP being a bad thing, But when a pitcher is getting low BABIP, I see that as more of you're just getting ground balls, and I see that as a good thing more of.
Yeah, he's not getting a crazy amount of ground balls. He's a 44th percentile with ground ball rate, but he is not getting hard contact. His exit velo is pretty good. His chase rate is pretty good. And he's not getting barreled up. He's not getting hit hard. So the one thing that he's not doing quite to ace-like stuff yet is he's not striking a bunch of guys out. And that's kind of why his FIP is 3.64 and his ERA is 1.46 this year, is because he's under 8 strikeouts per 9. But if you look at, he's under 1 home run per 9, and you get rid of those 4 in that game, that's even better. And his walk is under 3. His whip is pretty dang good too.
Mhm. Hey, but like the strikeouts are the sexy thing. Everybody wants a ton of strikeouts, but if
Yep.
you can make a living going 7 innings, quick counts too. If you're a ground ball pitcher, guys are swinging, making horrible contact on the second, third pitch of the at bat. You don't have to waste 3 pitches to get that strikeout. You could
Yep.
eat innings up being a ground ball pitcher and make a career off of that.
Yep, and he's really innings up for us because he was injured at the start of the year and in spring training, and it was a big oh no moment because it was something it was elbow something, and
Hmm.
immediately you thought Tommy John,
Yeah, yeah, as you do.
and they basically shut him down, and eventually they wrapped him back up, and he's been fine. Nothing's come up yet. I think he got scratched from the start at one point because of a little fatigue or something because he got when he came back, but he's been fine, and we were really worried Tommy John was going to get him at the start of the
Hmm.
year, but we are so glad that it didn't because he's turned into the ace of the staff right now.
Yeah, I'd be lying if you to you if I said I knew who Troy Melton was before Scooble got traded. But
Yep,
he's definitely a extremely underrated pitcher right now.
yep. And he is 25 years old. He won't be 26 till the season's over.
And the
So
most important part I'm seeing right now is under 1 year service time. You still
yep,
got this man for six full seasons,
yep.
right?
Because
Did he qualify for a full season this year?
I don't. He will once the season's over.
Okay. Okay.
Because he made his debut in I think when would that have been in May, in the middle of May. So
Okay.
yeah, and he pitched in the playoffs for us last year, but yeah, he got 45 innings last year, and he's already up to 80 this year.
He made his
So
debut in the playoffs.
no, he made his debut during the season last
Okay.
year. I think he started a game in the playoffs. I can't remember against which I won't. I remember. I think it was against the Mariners. I don't think it was against you guys.
I don't recall the name.
Yeah, and if you want to look at it, you want to look at the win loss stats. He's 7-1 in 13 games. So if you're a win loss guy, there you go. He's a winning pitcher.
Yeah, that matters to some, I guess.
Yeah. So there's mine. He's a guy you're gonna not need to know the name because I think he's gonna
Hmm.
be really good for
Hmm.
years to come. Hopefully.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm gonna jump into my Beyond the
Oh,
Blind.
really quick, I did pull up that Travis Bazzana peaked at number 11 on ESPN's top
So
prospect list.
yeah, your number 11 prospect in baseball is already getting taken out of the field. Is not ideal.
Yeah, like I said before, I think his future will probably be in the outfield for us, unless he really starts to figure something out defensively.
Yeah,
Because when you're not playing great defense as a second baseman, then there's probably room for a shortstop to take your spot soon.
yeah. So what I wanted to talk about is something we've kind of already. I wouldn't say kind of. We have already talked about it, and that's run differential.
Hmm.
And coming into today, as of 8 o'clock right now, I don't know what it's updated to, if anything, but the Tigers have the best run differential in the American League. We are 87. The next is the Red Sox with 84. And we've talked about that, and that's a big part of the bullpen blowing leads late. So I just wanted
Hmm.
to. I was curious on some other things. The expected the expected record for a team with 87 run differential is 94, 93 and a half. We'll say
Man.
94. And the expected run differential of an 80 win team, which is what we are on pace for, is 80 wins, is -5 to -8. So that puts us in the same territory as like the Padres and the Cardinals, who are better records than us. So what I was curious about is what are the best run differentials to miss the playoffs? So just a Google search, and it gave me 5 different teams. Gave me the 31 Yankees. the 99 Reds, the 05 and 19 Indians, and the 17 Cardinals. So it's like I was looking at like, sorry, the 31 Yankees, that probably there was a bad playoffs there. In 1931, you either got in the World Series or you didn't. There was no playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yep. And all the other ones from 99 was the earliest for those other ones. And they had in 99, they had 8 teams. They had 1 wild card. So it's like, all right, you can see how that team could have probably missed the playoffs. And you can say the same thing for the 05 team of the Indians. But the 19 and the 17 Cardinals and the Indians, they've had 10 teams. They would have had 2 wild cards.
That's a third of the league at this point.
Yep, third of the league. And this year, since 22, it's 12 teams. So I was curious. Let's forget about the 31 Yankees because they're a big outlier because there was only 1 wild card team. 99 Reds, they had a run differential of let's see, about 154, 54. And they finished 96 and 67. So they were a good team.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate events and how things played out. So let's look at the 17 Cardinals. 83 and 79, 87 and 75, about a 50-something run differential. So they're just they were a mediocre team that just didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
2019, I'm sure you're familiar with this team. They were a 93 win team, and they had a run differential of 112. So you would think the Tigers. Oh, I also had. I don't think I said this. A projected of a 94 win baseball team. Their projected win differential is 110 to 125, which is what the Tigers, if their Pythagorean record would be, their Pythagorean record is 68 and 50. That's what their expected is. So if that remained, they would have been a 94 win team. And that would have been a 110 to 125 run differential. So that checks out for this team roughly. And it's unfortunate. Do you know how they missed the playoffs? Do you remember?
I honestly do not remember that. I'm actually in awe looking at these numbers.
Yeah,
I missed the playoffs.
I do not know exactly how you guys missed the playoffs here, but
yeah,
but it's unfortunate to see that this team missed the playoffs. So my question is, I was curious, how many times has a team led their league, which the Tigers currently do? They currently lead the American League in run differential. How many times have they missed the playoffs? And you notice there's 5 different teams here between the 05 and 19 Indians. There's been one time that the team led the American League in run differential and missed the playoffs, and that was the 05 Indians. What are the odds that our teams that it was the Indians? What are the odds? So I was curious. Their run differential was 147, so better than what the Tigers' projected run differential is. And their record was 93 and 69 that year. So I've got
missed the playoffs like that.
Well, remember in 05 there was 8 teams.
Okay.
So if you didn't win the division, you had one other team to make the wild card.
Okay. So one division just had 2 really, really good teams.
Yep. And they finished second in the American League Central. So another team had a better than 93 wins. So I want to look at this. How many blown leads, according to Baseball Reference? They had 28 blown leads. I want to look at the 2026 Tigers, and we are 118 games into the year. 31.
Wow.
How many blown saves did the 05 Indians have? They had 15 blown saves. So that's pretty good.
That's a ton. That's losing games in the 9th inning.
Yeah, but that's still 77%. We talked about it in the past. That's pretty good.
Okay.
And it makes sense. They were a 93 win team. Their Pythagorean says 96 win team.
Mhm.
They just got unlucky. The Tigers have blown 26 saves this year. The 05 Indians had 15.
Okay. Okay, when you
So
put it in context of that, yeah, 15's not that bad then.
so how many times have a 93 win team, which take this as a grain of salt, because the Tigers are not going to win 93 games because of the May. It's what they're projected to based on their run differential, which
Mhm.
9 times, probably not 9 times, but 75% of the time is fairly accurate to what your record is. We can look back here, look at, let's see, run differential. They're run differential. They're all got a good record. If you have a good run differential, you got a good record. If you got a
Mhm.
bad run differential, you've got a bad record.
Yeah,
It,
you'd assume pretty much 1-to-1.
yeah, and the Tigers are an outlier. So how many times? Remember, grain of salt, because the Tigers are not going to win it. How many times has a 93 plus win team missed the playoffs since 2012, which is since we got to 10 teams?
Mhm.
And it has just been the 2019 Indians.
Yeah.
So the Tigers are playing well. They're a great baseball team with a bad record. It's mainly just a bad bullpen.
Mhm.
And this team is going to go about as far as the bullpen will take it.
Yeah.
If you look at based on Fangraphs, the playoff odds, the Tigers have a 32% chance to win the playoff, to make it to the playoffs still.
Hmm.
It's a little less than the Guardians. It's not the Rays. It's not the Yankees. And they've got a 2% chance to win the World Series, which I think is probably generous. But 30, I wonder what this number was before the Scooble trade. I don't
Yeah,
think it's probably going
that's
to
a
be a
good
whole lot
question.
different, because we've won 4 games since the deadline. So I think if anything, it would go up, because it probably isn't calculating all of that stuff.
Mhm.
One thing I wanted
Can
to
you real quick just show me what the Dodgers win World Series percentage is?
I was gonna bring that up.
Oh,
You
okay.
want to take a guess what their win percentage?
Okay, so this is 1 out of 30 teams to win the entire World Series.
Yeah,
I mean, it simply cannot be more than 20%. Like, that would just be outlandish. 22%.
22.1%.
Wow.
That is,
Have they really already clinched the playoffs?
I don't know. I was wondering the same thing, because it has the Dodgers, it has the Brewers, and it has the Rays.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it's got a couple of 0% chances. So I
Oh,
guess.
well, I know for a fact that there has been teams that have been statistically eliminated from the playoffs. But
Yeah.
I do not believe that teams have already clinched it this early on in the season.
Yeah. Let's see. The best record in baseball is the Brewers, and it says they're 100% chance to make. I don't know. I didn't. I saw that, and I was also curious on that as well. But I wanted to bring up run differential, because we talked about it in the past. But what I found interesting was the Tigers had the best run differential in the American League, and they are where they are at.
Yeah.
And it's all going to come down to the bullpen and the starting pitching. And that's the unfortunate thing, is with the trade deadline moves that they did make, that's just going to put more work on the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
But we've had some bright spots out of the bullpen. We talked about it in the last couple of weeks, I think, with my last two. Let's see. We talked about Troy Melton, and he closed out a game for us on yesterday. So
nice.
That's
nice.
Yeah. This team's gonna do whatever the bullpen can decide to do.
And the thing that just really makes that hurt is that you went through the effort on this offseason of bolstering your bullpen.
Yeah, try to.
Just for it to flail the way that it has.
Yeah, we had, going into the year, we had 3 guys the previous year at 20-plus saves.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there's a chance this could be Kenley's last season?
I know he wants 300, or what is this, 400 saves, whatever number save that he's after.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can get it next year if he comes back on a contending team, but I don't know with the. I mean, he's been better as of late, but I don't know if he can get the high leverage innings to get there.
Yeah.
But I think if he can get a deal on a team to do that, I think he's going to keep pitching until he gets to that 400 save mark or whatever it is. I think.
Yeah, I don't blame him then if he's right on the verge of a milestone or a season or two away. Then might as well.
Yeah, I think he's like
fall off.
I think he's like 30 away or something like that. So
okay,
so it's fairly pretty doable. So let's jump into your Beyond the Butt.
All right. Looking at the amount of tabs that I have pulled up, this one feels like it might be a bit of a doozy, but I'll try to speed through it a little bit. So last week we did our quick little trade deadline special, and that was a full hour of us talking about one single trade deadline.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to highlight today, it will be the Guardians' last 3 trade deadlines.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll try to make it pretty quick. In 2026, we were buyers. Nope, take it back. We were sellers. So what did we do?
Buyers.
Sorry. Yeah, 2026 is this year. We bought, obviously, as we went into pretty deeply last week. 2025 last year, we were sellers. We did end up making the playoffs. So I guess buying or selling didn't work out if you want to look at it like that. But so what do we do during that trade deadline?
I know that
we
guy.
traded, a Paul Sewald to the Detroit Tigers for, at the time,
did nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And that was for a player to be named later, which ended up just being cash. And I think we I don't know if you can consider it a one trade when all that you got back was cash.
Yeah.
But if you look at what he did with the Tigers, he put up 0 WAR. He had a 4.15 ERA through 4 innings. He literally did nothing for you guys.
He was hurt. We traded for him when he was hurt. But then he came back and he didn't do anything for us.
Yeah, so essentially did nothing, and I guess fun. We got a little bit of cash out of it. So I'll give that one a C grade. That's
crazy. This year he went to Arizona where he pitched a good amount of his career, and he had 24 saves, but he stuck.
yeah, and he's getting pretty up there in age.
Yeah,
at least he looks like he is. I don't know. Paul Sewald's looked like he's been 40 since he was 20. So it's hard to really guess. So that one doesn't hurt. The other trade that we made in 2025, this one does kind of hurt.
I wanted to ask you about that because it's pretty comparable to the Skubal trade in terms of feelings wise.
Yeah, a little less so because Shane Bieber won his Cy Young in 21 and we traded him away in 24, not the immediate following season. But yeah, I mean, I love Shane Bieber. He was probably my favorite pitcher besides Corey Kluber watching that team growing up. And this one really hurt. The only thing that made it kind of feel good was the fact that he was literally on our injured list for Tommy John. Mm-hmm. So we didn't even see him that season, and we traded away for Toronto. We got back out of that Carl Watson, who at the time was the Blue Jays' number 5 prospect. The Blue Jays also did pick up $2.5 million of Shane Bieber's contract. And there's a $16 million extension, what we call that, an option for the following season, which the Blue Jays did pick up, and I wholeheartedly believe the Guardians wanted of. Yeah. So at least we got something out of it, that something being Carl Watson. And Carl Watson also got Tommy Johns. So he hasn't been great so far this year. He's been down in AAA. He got injured in July of this year. So these are his numbers before his injury. That's a 3.4 ERA in AA, a 1.34 WHIP. Not great. You normally like that number to be comfortably below 1. But the one silver lining to this is he's a rookie. We have 6 years of him as opposed to an asterisk 1 year of Shane Bieber if we do pick up that trade. And they paid the remainder of his $2.5 million contract. So as much as it hurts to watch Shane walk, this one could could be a win. We'll just have to see what Call can do for us. Moving on to 2024, the Guardians made one big trade, and that was buying Lane Thompson from the Washington Nationals. And you know, the one thing that makes this trade feel good was his grand slam against you guys in the postseason, Game 5. I was at that game. Oh gosh, that was the best game of baseball I've ever watched in my entire life.
That hurt. That was
yeah. And Lane Thomas, you know, the thought was we brought him in to be a kind of defensive first center fielder for us. These are his fielding stats right here. We look at his teams or his years in 24 when he played with us, and he had negative defensive run saved. So he wasn't a defensive first outfielder. If we scroll up to his actual batting stats in 24, so we bought him in arbitration. We got 1 extra year of arbitration from him. So I mean that's good for a 160 batting average. In all, this trade did not work out at all.
I mean, he got you into the ALCS, so
he got us at the championship series. He got that big grand slam. He was clutch, but especially for what we gave up, it really was not worth, because this was a 3-for-1 trade for Lane Thomas. We gave up here Alex Clemmy. These guys are all now officially in the Nationals organization, so I really don't know much of them at all. But here in 26, in AA, he's good for a 4.5 ERA, a 1.5 WHIP almost. Not good.
But for a 20-year-old in AA, that's pretty.
Yeah, that is the thing about most of these prospects that we gave up here is they were really young when we gave them up. They were both 19 when we traded them away. So for 2 years of Lane Thomas, for 2 19-year-old prospects, and then 1 Jose Tena, who has actually been in the league, I believe is the Washington Nationals' current utility man. If you look over here at 2026, he has played 6 different positions for the Nationals. But you know, he's a negative WAR player. He's a replacement level player at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So losing Jose doesn't hurt too much. Losing Alex and Rafael Ramirez Jr., those might hurt. We'll see what happens when if they do eventually make it to the league. But yeah, 3-for-1 for Lane Thomas. Not great. I forgot to mention that we did also pick up the remaining $1.8 million of Lane Thomas's contract, and we had him for 1 more year of arbitration. I don't know what his contract was that year. I did not look. And that's all that we did in 2024. It was enough to make us to the playoffs, so I guess take it as a win. But yeah, 3-for-1, not great. And then moving on to the final year that I looked into, I realized, I was thinking maybe I'll go back 5 years. And then I whopped up a nice 20 tabs here. And I was like, okay, 2023 is good enough. And in that year, 2023, we got rid of Josh Bell. And we acquired out of that John Segura and Cahill Watson. Cahill Watson at the time was the Mariners' number 11 prospect. He made his debut for us earlier this year. He was my rake report at one point.
Yeah, we talked about him about a catch he made, I think.
It was a pretty nice catch. It was a pretty nice debut and all. And then we went out and we signed more outfielders, so we don't really need him right now. But he's still a young, promising guy with a lot of team control left. So that might really, really work out. The other thing about Josh Bell is the Mariners ended up picking up the remaining $5.4 million of his contract. And he also had a $16 million extension or option for 2024, which I don't believe the Mariners used. I haven't been following Josh Bell since.
It doesn't look. It looks like.
Yeah, I guess I could look right here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Miami in Arizona.
But like I was saying, that was Josh Bell for John Segura and Cahill Watson. You Guardians fans might be wondering, who is John Segura? We immediately dropped him. that was essentially we picked up the remaining $2 million of his contract and got Caleb Watson. And then the Mariners picked up the remaining 5.4 of Josh Bell's. So it came around to a net 3.4 million to the Mariners. So essentially it was Josh Bell and Kyle Watson for $3.4 million.
Mm-hmm.
And that one might be a win. You see a lot of the times you look back at these big prospect trades and they kind of end up as wins. Especially when you account for the fact of team control. Team control is the big thing in these trades.
And that was the whole reason for trading Skubal.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah. You got 3 dudes with full team control, basically. So, I mean, we could look back in 6 years from now and say, holy crap, the Tigers won that trade. Yep. And for your sake, I really hope so.
Especially if we bring him back because he said he wants to come back.
I was just going to say, it could be Skubal and all the prospects. So
that would be awesome.
Hopefully, well, not hopefully, but for the Dodgers' sake, hopefully they make something of that trade this season. Go for the big old three-peat.
Oh, they've been like 1-7 or 2-something since the trade. They've been bad. So
yeah, well, 22% chance to win it all apparently. So
yeah, I mean,
I guess so.
I don't doubt it though.
Moving on in 2023, our next trade that we have here is Aaron Savali for Kyle Manzardo. This one at the time, because you don't know prospects in other organizations.
Not really,
unless they're top 100 prospects.
Yeah.
Kyle Manzardo was the Tampa Bay Rays number 4 prospect. Aaron Savali, we look here at his. Oh gosh, I didn't mean to highlight those. Okay. Oh my gosh. We look here at his 1 year here in Cleveland. I'm just an absolute bum on this page. Holy cow. He actually did really good with us for that first half of the season. That's 2.7 WAR. At the time, I was kind of like a little hurt that we traded away Aaron Savali. And then he went over to the Rays and put up negative WAR.
Yeah, good time to get rid of him.
Really good time to get rid of him. And what do we get out of him? We got Kyle Manzardo. We just sent him down last week. But I'm a big Manzo fan. Maybe it's just the mustache is doing a lot of that pulling for me. Because you know when you look at his actual stats, he's a career 1 WAR player in the last 3 seasons. So above replacement level, left-handed first baseman. It's a win. I'll give that trade an A, a nice A, especially being as how hard Savali fell off that rest of that season. And that one wasn't too much of a salary dump. The Rays only picked up a remaining less than $1 million of Aaron's deal, but they did have him under team control for 2 more seasons after that, which I don't even think that they went ahead and used. Yeah, they immediately traded him away the next year.
Yep.
And then he went back.
No, that's a part of that trade.
Oh, that is the 2?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I'll consider that one a win. Watching Aaron at the time go hurt, but Kyle Manzardo has been serviceable for us. And then the last trade that we're going to look into in 2023 was us giving up Ahmed Rosario for, I don't know if you knew that this guy was ever a Cleveland Indian, but Noah Syndergaard. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I did not remember Noah Syndergaard.
Noah Syndergaard was a Cleveland Indian. And I was really excited about that too.
Huh.
Yeah. So Ahmed Rosario, he was our shortstop at the time. With us, he was a negative WAR player that season. But I mean, you look at his 2022, he had a 4.2 WAR year.
That's a hell of a year.
I actually find that hard to believe. Batted 280, and then the remaining season he went really downhill, and we were like, okay, let's trade him.
Yeah, trade him while the value's good.
So he ended up going to the Dodgers. I believe he's a Yankee nowadays.
Yep.
Oh, I could just look down here and look at it, huh? So and then he ended up being a 1 WAR player that remaining of that season with the Dodgers. And Noah Syndergaard, if you don't, for our non-huge baseball fans, if you don't know who Noah Syndergaard is, just look at the amount of years that this man has played baseball, and that tells a story.
He was supposed to be the next great pitcher.
He was.
Yeah.
And you could argue for a little bit of time he lived up to the hype for a second.
He had a couple of good years.
Why am I not seeing WAR? Well, whatever. We could just look at the actual stats. You know, he had a few seasons in a row here. Let's actually get up to the major leagues, huh? A few seasons in a row here with I mean, there's a sub 3 ERA. There's a sub 3 ERA. The big thing to look at here is just look at the amount of times that he went between majors, minors, majors, minors. He got injured. Like no
injury
business.
prone.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you go down, it'll show you games at each level. Yeah, right there. 5 seasons in AAA.
Yeah, and that's from a dude that, by all means, peak playing should never have been in the minors for more than 2 seasons. You know?
I mean, you can look at his majors, his career major league numbers. I mean, right, 3.71 ERA.
That's not bad at all.
1,000 innings. Yeah.
Almost 1 WHIP. On paper, Noah Syndergaard was supposed to be a very, very good pitcher.
Yeah, injuries just derailed him.
Yeah. And this trade worked out that we gave the Dodgers Ahmed, they gave us Noah Syndergaard and $1.9 million. That was just essentially to even out the remainders of their contract to make it a net neutral 1-for-1.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, he came to Cleveland and he got injured again. Who would have guessed? So that one ended up being a net loss for us. He gave us a nice 5.6 ERA in the few games that he was able to pitch for us.
Mm-hmm.
So in all, you know, the few times that we actually went out and got prospects, I consider it a win. The few times that we went out and bought players, I consider it a loss. And I really do hope that in a few years' time, I don't look at this trade deadline and say the same thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point of the deadline is you're going to lose the trade on the back end when you trade away guys. But the thought is you go for the World Series this year.
Yeah. Winning fixes everything.
Yeah.
So even if 5 years now we shot ourselves in the foot, if we somehow, some way make it to the World Series, win that thing, then who cares?
Yeah. That's the kind of the big thing there of buying and selling is you mortgage your future for present success.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it.
Unless you're the Dodgers and you just keep rolling it.
Oh man.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So as we mentioned, we plan on going to the game tomorrow. The Tigers in the Guardians play. And this will be a interesting weekly predictions here.
Yeah. I don't know if the move is to try to match you and just hope that everything goes right and we all get points, or I don't know. I might. It's normally me that goes first, but I might let you go first and see how ruthless you're gonna be to me.
Yeah, well, I picked up a point last week. I guess it, so I'm 1 up on you.
I wouldn't be pissed if you gave me a negative point for last week. I mean,
yeah, that
was so wrong. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah, that was rough on your part.
Mm-hmm.
But you live and you learn.
I will never learn.
Well, we always have faith in our teams. So,
who's guessing that you get swept by the Mets? Just whatever.
I mean, it's happened twice. It's the second time all year. So
Yeah.
So let's take a look. So we got a bullpen game tomorrow coming for us. I think we got Tanner Bybee. I think the bullpen is going to come alive. And while we are in Detroit, we are going to pick that win up.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got Fraber and Foster Griffin. Fraber's been really good his last 2 starts. He's picked it up. He's on his, hopefully showing why he's getting paid the $30-something million he is. We talked bad about it on the podcast. We've turned it around. He listened and he learned.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, you guys got Foster Griffin. He's made 1 start for you guys, or did he make a second?
It wasn't great. Yeah, just 1.
Yeah, I think Foster Griffin is a good pitcher, but outside of his 1 start, but I think I got Foster Griffin on my fantasy team. But I think Framber is going to carry that momentum. We're going to win. This next one Kiter's coming off his worst outing, maybe his second to worst outing, and you got Parker Messick, and it's a lefty, and we are lefty heavy. I think that one we might take the loss on.
Yeah.
I think it. I think we can easily. We should go 2-1 in this series, and we need to with how you guys are struggling to keep our momentum and to get. If we do this, we are 500. I think. No, we're 2 under right now, so we'd be 1 game under 500. So it's a series that should be winnable. If it was against any other team other than the Guardians, I would be 100% confident in winning. But
these AL Central battles, it doesn't matter how good what team is going, it's somehow always great, especially between the Tigers and the Guardians.
Yeah, all but like 2 games. I think we've played 6 games. One of them got rained out, and I think all but 1 or 2 of them have been decided by like 1 run or less. So I expect some more close games. I think I'm fairly confident in saying we're going to win that middle game. And tomorrow, it all depends on how the bullpen shows up. AJ Hinch will manage it correctly, but he can only do so much. They got to perform. So then we go over the White Sox. Big week. Big week. Jackson Jobe was coming off of injury. This is making his second appearance, and he was really, really good. He throws 100. In his start on Saturday, 5 innings, and he didn't allow a run. He struck out a couple. I thought about talking about him earlier, but I didn't want to shout him out here. He struck out.
That would be great to see. He was a 3rd overall pick for you guys? Yep.
3rd overall pick, and he was number 1 prospect in baseball last year before he made his debut. And he made, let's see, dashboard. How many? 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 1 hit. He threw a 1-hitter in 5 innings. So hopefully he can keep that going against Anthony Kay. We talked about Troy Melton. So he's been really good.
That's the new Scooble free win.
New Scooble free win. And Drew Anderson, I think we're going to do the exact same. We're going to win-lose here. And that would put us at 500. First time since May, I think. So another 4 and 2 week prediction for me. That's be my 3rd one in a row. we were 5 and 2 the previous week, but we've been right the last 2 weeks. So
it's going good so far.
Keep it going. So what do you think for the Tigers Guardians series?
I think we're the only thing I'm going to change is that first game.
Yeah, that's
I think
fair.
We're going to beat up that bullpen a little bit. Hopefully, Bybee has a nice start for us. Game 2, I'll give you that one. Framber is a lefty. We're lefty dominant. And then, Parker Messick, I'll probably never give him a loss. Parker's been really, really good.
Yeah, I think that first game is probably going to determine who wins the series, I think.
Yeah, so big momentum game there.
Yeah, it all becomes it'll be hopefully a good game as we're going to it, but
hopefully that's all that matters.
Yeah, that was the coin toss for sure. Then you guys got the Padres.
Okay, they were sellers, I believe, the deadline.
I think
not
they did both.
Team's horrible, but just because they're in a really rough division.
Michael King, Randy Vasquez, Casey Mize, old friend Casey Mize on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Pitched really bad for him in his first outing.
Perfect. That's just what I want to hear.
I think he had like 7 runs or something like that. It was bad.
Come
on.
Oh,
3
yeah.
and a third, 8 runs.
Bad.
Yeah. Unfortunate to see, but he's not on the team anymore.
Yeah. Not your problem, huh?
Not my problem anymore.
Okay.
So you guys got Gavin, Joey, and Tanner.
Okay. That first game should be pretty good of Gavin into Michael King. I think I'm gonna give Gavin the win on that one. Who was starting pitcher for game 2 for the Padres? It was Joey for us.
Randy Vasquez.
I'd be lying if I said I know who that is.
I know the name, but I think we played him in our opening series. And let's see, 106 innings, 4.16 ERA.
Okay. Oh man, Joey has been bad his last few outings. It's just kind of when that curveball is on, he has a really good outing, but when it's not, he just hangs it and they bang it.
Yep.
I'm gonna give us a loss on that one just to save face a little bit. And then that game 3 of Tanner
And
against
Casey.
Casey. If I remember correctly, Casey has our number. We play him a lot when he was in Detroit. So, man, it hurts to give myself a prediction on a loss series, but I'll put a loss there.
It'd be 3-3 record.
Yeah,
It'd be yeah, as long as you don't go 1-5 like you did last week.
Yeah. At least this time, if I'm completely wrong, I'm still right.
Yeah. So hopefully we have a good series coming up here, and maybe we might do a little something for that while we're there. Or maybe after each game we'll do a little quick couple-minute recording, and maybe we'll upload it separately, or we'll put it in next week's episode. But
yeah,
we're still figuring that out. But it is the first time.
Depends on how hurt we are.
Yeah, how the game went.
Yeah,
how wet we get from tomorrow. I know there's rain
That's
in
a
the
great
forecast. Hopefully we can avoid that. But yeah,
really excited. Always a great week when you get to go watch some baseball at a ballpark. So
yeah, you can't
Can't be
never
mad.
complain being at a ball game. So with that'll wrap up episode 9 of the Swingin Bunt podcast, and we'll keep them coming to you.
Yeah, hope you guys are enjoying. We sure are.
Yeah, comment. Don't forget the trivia question. Put it down in the comments.
Yes, I almost forgot.
Yeah, and figure
No
it out.
cheating.
How can no cheating? Don't Google it. How can you still lose as a starting pitcher until a perfect game?
I might even have my own comment down there because genuinely, for the life of me, I do not remember how.
Yeah,
So I'll have to rack my brain a little bit there.
I don't remember. Was it earlier this year that I brought it to you? I asked you
Long
about
enough
it?
ago, I forgot.
I think it might have been at Cadence. I asked you, but yeah, it is a new thing. It hasn't been possible in the last.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's a big hint. That helps a ton.
I'll give it that. It is only possible
Yes.
in the last 2 years, 3 years.
That's a big hint. Yes.
Yeah. So if you're up on some rule changes, you can figure it out.
Maybe possibly pace of play changes.
I'll
leave it there.
Yep.
The rest of the y'all.
So don't forget, subscribe, tell your friends on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you're watching it. We enjoy. We thank you for watching, and thank you everybody for tuning in on the live stream that we had on Monday. Let us know if you want us to do more of those. Maybe we will.
Who knows? I can't imagine there will ever be such a big event as the trade deadline again this year, but maybe come around postseason. If we both make it, we might do a little special then, or we'll have to see. Yeah, let us know if you enjoyed it. So we'll see what we can do.
Yep, and I'll leave it to you, Joe.
All right. As always, we're out here. We're having fun. We're swinging big, and whatever happens, guys. See you later.